Agent Lang. Lang Z says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the Elder Wolves. These words are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Barbary's ink for all Zeng fraud denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. It's not I figured out that it was all bunked yet. Ever since those things started up in regulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zeng fraud is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've stacked the honor of the House of Lang on this. I have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zangfa. I pursued the smuggling all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler's man, someone got to him first. And now I'm caught to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. I will need to think of a better solution. But this will cost you empty blame. You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shih-Na, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang, I'm over you. Hold it! You, Wolfman Secretary Lady, hold it! Objection, pal! Detective Gumshoe? Have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochinshaw. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shih-Na, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagashiru when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Kochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent hasn't touched the Baba investigation at all, so I suppose I would need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? Sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. As I subordinate for the rest of the day. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some filmy gas, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For an opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagashiru that appeared in Baba, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean the suspicious person in the coat that she saw? That's right, the person is one of the keys to solving this case. person who pretended to be the Yatagashiro. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain to us what the person you saw you were chasing did. Okay, you got it! I first spotted the suspicious person near the open air stage on the Babylon's side. I called out to that person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagashiro. Now please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagashiro up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagashiro all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babylonese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The other asked me to split around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagashiro went into Mr. Koten's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagashiro had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean? Why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person stepped out through the door behind the door under the cover of darkness. Objection! Sorry, but I know for a fact that person didn't escape through that door. No, how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagashiro had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. Take that! You answer Shih-Na? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagashiro had used the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Koten's body, the Yatagashiro would have run right into Agent Shih-Na, who was in the next room over. Agent Shih-Na, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. See, therefore the Yatagashiro... It just means that the creep stepped up before Shih-Na made it out into the hallway. Objection! I doubt that if there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Koten's office in the opposite direction of Agent Shih-Na, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Where'd you go, Mr. Edgeworth? You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagashiro could have taken. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust up a revolving fireplace for explanation, right? No, not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wand of our side is known only to 4 people. If we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's up all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics. Nothing of the sort. Agent Lang, come. Let's continue where we left off. That's my hard attitude of yours. You really want me the wrong way, you know that. Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an picture said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagashu's escape? The badness of coding on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that! That's bloody common sense! Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagashu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagashu that Kei was chasing after.
Not so fast!
You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo.
Take that!
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagashu Kei saw. Kei spotted the Yatagashu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, this photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire. Yeah, way to go! That's twice you bit him in the bat now!
Not so fast!
Not done yet. You should have to explain what the shadow is. And how the Yatagashu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. As I thought. However, the Yatagashu's escape route, now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on. Enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You are busy heading up the Albertine investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you have much knowledge about the box inside of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side isn't Shih-Na explained in my stead? Shih-Na is my subordinate! If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss? Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Shih-Na? You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to this Agent Shih-Na and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you'd like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babyliss embassy? During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagashu that had appeared in Baba. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagashu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the Gore's Yatagashu even exists. And that is all I have to say. And I'm not lying when I say I saw the suspicious person went into Mr. Coulton's office! Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation? No. I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Not so fast!
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Shih-Na tried to arrest Kei under the same rationale? And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner? Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Shih-Na, apologize. I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Shih-Na. Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust. This promises to be interesting. During the first release file, I assist in putting out the fire. During the second file, I was searching for the Yatagashru that had appeared in Baba. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagashru.
Objection!
Being in the room next to Mr. Curtin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Abilene office fireplace? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Abilene isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Curtin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagashru didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now, do you see? If the Yatagashru had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shih-Na. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagashru. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, if you care to explain, Agent Shih-Na, how do you manage to completely miss the fleeing Yatagashru, or shall I? Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagashru, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you went into Mr. Coach's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shih-Na. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Shih-Na? That laugh. I remember that irritating laugh. I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be, but it has to be. Shih-Na, what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh. Funny, you say? Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagashru. The prosecutors of this country really are so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than merely speculation. The Yatsugashi room led through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven the claim regarding the Yatsugashi's escape route. The tone of your voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits. For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor. Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know. I know, and that's why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question. My question? Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wand was reused recently. Take that! I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question? Yes. According to Ambassador Polano's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin. Oh? The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there. Hold it! Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Polano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatsugashi went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of that ashes they were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. That's what is so funny! Ashes proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I? In that case, let's hear your counter-argument. My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court. To me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. It doesn't matter if we're at a punching or in court. Let's finish this here and now. I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all. In my eyes, all you've proven is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatsugashi used the fireplace now, can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument. That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But Kay, pull yourself together! You are the true heir to the Yatsugashi name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you wanting to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end. Mr. Edgeworth, you're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth. With pleasure. Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it? Shih-Na. Please, show me you're someone I can trust. Don't worry. This should be the deciding match. You'll see. Truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shih-Na. Shall we begin? I'm ready whenever you are. In my eyes, all you proving is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the other child used the fireplace now, can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your question of real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found out a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office.
Objection!
Why you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation? Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything? Aren't we full of ourselves standing there insulting Interpol agents? They're not be insulting that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire. What exactly is that supposed to mean? A length of wire? So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Belize embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office. You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder? But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more. In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burnt counterfeit bills there. What in the... Ah! Hold it. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a weak creation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills? No. You see, there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence anyway.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression. How so? I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagashiru. You still suspect me, I see. Alright, did I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete? The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Shih-Na. And it is not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor. Because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shih-Na was only pretending to be investigating the Yatsugashi to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. The team's investigation was complete because they failed to inspect this location.
Take that!
The location, Agent Shih-Na, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection. Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there. I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. Hey, Mr. Hedgeworth. Do you really think that Miss Shih-Na is the Yatagashiru? Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is. And I'm not going to let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagashiru. But can you prove she's the Yatagashiru is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. Experiment? So that detective has the brains for high science. It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagashiro. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babyliss ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. But is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result. The value it's about to prove.